road, so Alan stopped in and told Tom at the dog shelter, be careful, cause there was one out there. So what does he do? He gets the one that goes, go and take a picture of it. He didn't go take a picture, he's on one of the girls.
I would take a
No,
car and I would
Yeah.
run over it, sorry, but
But he was,
With it,
No, I mean, this
They're
is
not
all,
protected.
so-
yeah, you got the whole pack.
Slow.
I want to put it in context, so they
Easier
wouldn't
to
get to
do,
say, oh.
easier to get.
I think we have to
It
do
is
that every
illegal.
year.
I think so.
unless you have a permit
to run over them.
to kill him, not to run over, that's an accident.
Right, it's an accident.
But this was all on the hill, so, but it was on the hill where they walked the dogs.
It's an accident if I take my car up there and run over it.
Right there, sign the judge. Okay.
Is it Mark coming?
No, he's in
He's on vacation.
Tahiti or something.
We could have Kevin Binder here if you really want him. I told him,
We do. You came in the wrong door.
Thanks, Mike.
everybody ready? We good, Chris?
Well, please turn on your mics and make sure, please understand that they work about 4 to 6 inches from your mouth, so just, you know.
I mean, just need the door closed, definitely. Thank you.
All right, today's date is April 20th, 2022. And I'd like to call the meeting of the inspectors of the Carbon County Jail, or the prison board as we like to call it, to order. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance.
I
Pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mike, maybe you should introduce, frickin' to the other people.
For purposes, so everybody knows who's here, the county solicitor and also now the solicitor for the prison board is Attorney Robert Fricklin, who was an assistant DA for our office until he got poached by these three gentlemen. And the job he so rightly did. Attorney Fricklin.
Thank you.
Okay, these proceedings are being recorded for the sole purpose of constituting the accuracy of written minutes. Tapes are reused, eliminating recorded records of these proceedings. Is there any members of the audience or any guests that'd like to address the prison board? All right, no guests being present, let's move for approval of the minutes of the meeting held on March 16th, 2022.
Motion approved.
Motion made by Rocky, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Dan, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Is there any report of any executive sessions held? So there's no report for that. Before we get into the reports of the committees, everybody, if they look in their packet, has a letter that I had written out as the president of the prison board to Attorney Dan Miscavige, which is a tie-in from Robert Fricklin. As you were aware, Attorney Miscavige is retiring, has retired, and on behalf of the prison board, we wrote a letter. I'd just like to read it in so that we have it in the minutes. The copy of the letter is here. But for the general public, on behalf of the it was letter to Attorney Miscavige, dear Dan, on behalf of the Carbon County Prison Board, we extend our best wishes and congratulate you on a well-deserved retirement. We recognize the 10 years of faithful and exceptional public service that you have provided to both the citizens of Carbon County and to this board in particular. The prison board expresses our sincere gratitude for your sound legal advice, committed leadership, and valued counsel. You have been a dear friend and colleague to each of us. As you retire, may you be proud of the work that you have done, the person you are, and the difference you have made. It is our hope that God blesses you with continued health, happiness, and prosperity in your retirement. We will truly miss you. And sincerely, Michael Greek, the attorney and the president of the Carbon County Prison Board. All right, reports of committees, maintenance report.
report. KFS, formerly known as CSI, was in to check. We had issues with the intercoms. Sites Brothers were in for their monthly service. Tremco, the roofers continue to work on the roof project. They're almost complete. Tomorrow, they're scheduled to come in and finish re-putting up the lightning suppression system. And then Friday would be an inspection, and they would be done except for around the hatch that comes up onto the roof from the maintenance shop. They're supposed to put a little railing around it. That is still on back order. RW Communications was in to replace 2 cameras, but when he opened up the cameras, one of the brand supposedly new ones that he opened up was not a new camera. So he replaced one of the cameras that went bad that was covered under warranty. The camera was, but the labor wasn't. He had reordered another camera, so we're still waiting on that. Sills was in to work on the washing machine in female unit. They got the machine working but didn't have the one part they needed, so we just had this part shipped, and then we replaced that part. A&W Plumbing was in to repair a small leak on the gas pipe on the roof that the roofers had smelled while they were up there working. Mechanical Service Company was in for their yearly service of the generators. I'm gonna skip by 9, I'll come back to that one. 10, we replaced the blower assembly in the warmer in the kitchen because that had stopped working. A&W was in to replace the mixing valves in the water heater room, which was an approved quoted item because it was leaking in the valve and it was no longer working. Had Dave from High Mountain Hardware in, he rekeyed a lock and he helped us with a lock because we put a new closet door on the Special Blocks mop closet. I met with Carbon Engineering. We had to run well 2 for 3 days so they could test the water, so they could move forward with bids to see about ever getting well 2 up and running. Going back to number 9, March 28th, pump house went in an alarm and pump 3 would not engage. John Alvarez was called and he replaced a controller that was not operating properly. March 31st, when I went in the morning to do the readings of the water, pump 2 was rather loud, which is the same sound it made before when the impeller started to go. So we turned it off, and I told him to come up when he can. He was there April 4th, stopped in, looked at the pump. He said since it's no longer under warranty, he'd get a quote for repairing it. I got the quote and submitted the quote on April 7th for repair. This morning, we had several alarms, which isn't on the report, but this morning I had several alarms before I got in, but most of the time the alarms come and go, and I go up to the pump house and there's nothing. Well, this morning, pump 1 was off on a high temperature alarm. I called John, we worked through it, I turned the power off and on a few times, got everything up and running. But it's just another issue that we're having with the system that's 1.5 years old. So, just wanted to make everyone aware of it, and then one time, once we started having issues, Wayne had told me to document everything, so I have been writing everything down, and that's basically where the report is as it stands right now. One of the recommendations John had was to purchase a few items, so we have backup items, and I'm just worried that if these pumps are gonna continue to issue like this, I don't know if we're gonna have to look into something different, but if not, we should probably order another set of these impellers, so that way if a set does go, we just have to call someone in to replace it. Instead, because right now it's last time when they were under warranty issues, it would take months, could anywhere from a month and a half to 2-3 months till the parts would come in.
And why are these impeller, are they plastic or what are they? Why do they keep wearing out?
I haven't been up while he repaired them. We heard different things in the very beginning, like, well, maybe they were partially bad from the get-go, but I know pump 3 had the impellers replaced twice under warranty. I know we have since had an expansion tank replaced in the prison for the water system. I don't know if I believe that the kickback from that up to the pump house is really
Yeah, because
cost that much,
that's what they were saying
but that's what
before.
he's sort of saying.
Do we ever keep an impeller to see what the damage is?
Did not.
I mean, I think next
But
time it gets
but I will-
replaced, keep one.
I will ask him
Yeah.
to keep the impellers, yes.
You wanna take action on it? You wanna order them?
I think we should have the spare parts
Gonna have
because the way things are, a spare, maybe a whole pump of the same type, and plus if it's just the impellers, I don't know, it just,
Even the impellers, I think the price was $700 or $800 just for the impellers for the motor.
What, you think it might be more appropriate to get a list of what parts you advise
He's,
of ordering?
he's supposed to get me a list of all the, what he thinks are integral parts that we should have, since it is the water that goes to the prison, the comm center, and the K-9.
is there gonna be an issue on the timeline or back orders and trying to get these materials?
As of right now, where you're running with 2 pumps, which is not an issue. If another pump were to go, then we might have some issues. Like I said, this morning when I got there, we were running on just the 1 pump. And then I got pump 1 running again.
How about this, I think we all agree that these things should be ordered, so we'll entertain a motion that they be ordered, but it has to come through you guys when they get the price, then it's commissioners, and it won't wait a whole month till it comes before us, it'll get before you guys quicker. How's that?
Sounds good?
So I'll entertain a motion to purchase those, deemed to be integral parts.
Second.
Motion?
Second.
Motion by Chris, I can't make the motion.
Oh, okay, Ben.
I'll make it, or whatever,
Second
Chris,
by Rock.
Chris can
Motion
make
by Chris, second by Rock. Or vice versa,
Yeah.
or vice versa.
Yeah.
Motion by Rocky, second by Chris. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Any other questions about that?
Yeah, do you have the, shutdown scheduled for the water repair, the leak?
For the main pipe, not yet. A&W's planning on coming in Friday morning to do the other section that's in the maintenance shop where the 140-degree line goes through. He said he wanted to look into one other thing, cause where it's at, but he definitely said when he gets everything he needs for that, we could do it at like 3, 4 in the morning, so it shouldn't interfere.
Yeah, I talked to Rodney and that, I went up to look at it myself, and, there's no way we can do the job without shutting down. So, that's why we're looking at doing it 3, 4 o'clock in the morning on a day, when, not during the weekend when the population's up at the lowest population days, and trying to get it scheduled so soon. And the other problem they have is a minor one, which is only gonna affect a small area for the showers.
Yes, this'll turn the water off to everywhere, whereas I already talked with the kitchen that we would have, they have the 5-gallon jugs that they use to take water to the blocks and stuff, so they'll have water just in case they need something more than by the time they're there.
Any other questions? Anything else? Okay, we'll move to work release report.
Okay, the work release report from March 28th to April 20th, prepared by Sergeant Eric Flexer. We have one inmate currently on work release by the name of Michael Floyd. He works for Witch Tree Service down in Catasauqua, PA. Other than that, right now, that's the only inmate we have on work release.
Any questions, for the warden on the work release report? Move on to plan of action committee.
I've asked that be covered in executive session due to safety and security issues.
So we'll deal with that in executive session. Technical security committee, that would be the same executive session. Warden's report.
Okay, the prison census from March 1st to March 31st, we had 90 male admissions, 26 female admissions. We had 73 male releases, 24 female releases. Average population for that time period was 162. Total admissions as of 3/31/22 was 271. Outside visits, we had 3 orthopedic visits, 5 specialist visits, 2 to the dentist for 10 for the period. That completes my report.
Okay. Any questions on the warden's report? Any questions of the ward? Not, then we'll adjourn into executive session to discuss some of our plan of action, technical security issues.
I wouldn't be needed then after the executive's over, right?
Not unless your name's on. Okay, the prison board was in executive session, we dealt with, some security, committee issues in our plan of action committee relating to some security issue related, deficiencies that were noted on, valuations that we received, as well as, one personnel matter. So that's what we were in executive session for. Personnel report, I guess you had an updated one, the one that was attached to the minutes and then the newer one?
This the newer one? Yeah, okay. Is it on there? Yes, the new one here.
Okay, do we need to take action on that? Want to take action on that?
Yeah.
So I guess it would, a motion, oh, I missed one, didn't I? Let's go back, I missed a motion to, accept the warden's report.
Move to accept.
Okay, motion made by Chris, second by Rocky. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. And then the personnel report. Is there a motion to accept the personnel report from March 17th, 2022 to April 20th, 2022? Motion made by Dan. Is there a second? Second by Wayne. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, new business, old business. So I guess we go to new business. I have one item before we go anywhere. It came up in, we discussed it as part of our security, but, relating to the mail, the live scan, as well as the, body scan, those three elements, we're seeking, before we get further down the road, is to try to combine the, positions of mail clerk, the live scan, and utilizing the body scan, the training for that, then you have one person fully dedicated to doing it. We're looking to see if, how the board feels, if we should move forward with that, and so I could combine some job descriptions between what currently exists for live scan operator, which is part-time, and get some job description prepared for mail clerk and operation of the ion scan and the body scanner. I think it's the way to go, and what we discussed when you look at the basis of what we were trying to do, the cost for mail to be sent down to Florida is what, Eric, around $3? $3 per page. And then you combine that with everything that's related, even though we're gonna see the presentation, but I think we should start moving toward that, because a lot of this could be done right there in-house, and it serves the function of that, in addition to having somebody manning these things that are there, that we're utilizing the equipment that we get, because right now we're not.
Is that something I think I asked a question about, is that can be used on mail and people?
The ion scanner,
Correct. Yeah.
absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely it could
Okay.
be. And it could be utilized anywhere that we have issues. Be utilized by the sheriff's department, I mean, they could swab down, but if they're suspecting that there's somebody in the courthouse with something there, we could easily take them up there, we could easily run them through even the body scanner that's up there. This is not exclusive equipment, I think once the county has it, it can be utilized anywhere we need it for, any type of law enforcement purpose. An ion scan we can utilize. I mean, you need to see the presentation on it, obviously, we're trying to get one that's the most flexible, that is the lightest weight, that we're not dealing with this monstrosity that's difficult to utilize or expensive to do because of the little cards or cartridges you have to buy. But just from the warden looking into it, we were looking at one that has a nice little wand on it, and it seems like it's easier to use. It'll be come into play with bail money. It's posted at the clerk's office, you could always check for that anytime you're there, which will form a basis for us seeking a type of hearing, not to accept the bail when it looks like it's drug related, especially if we ion scan it. There's a whole myriad of things. So it's just, but our key concern with this is, and what my office has been battling, is the mail. And that's why we'd like, if we could move forward, I guess, where we're at is, do we move forward, we're trying to, I'm not gonna go do the work to try to get together the job descriptions if we're not going that route. Maybe it's something for the commissioners to discuss at your next meeting, or place on the agenda if you're along the lines willing to do it. We're in a catch-22. I know we're
I
as a
think the
board,
part, yeah.
I think we need to go through it, but it's the commissioners, ultimate decision on what they do with anything. And I don't wanna do work that, it's gonna come to a commissioners meeting and say, no, we don't need this, or we can't afford to do it.
Well, that may be the case. I think we almost have to do the work up front, put the duty description.
Okay.
And a suggested, a
Salary
base
and everything,
salary.
okay.
And then go
Estimated
from there.
cost,
Okay.
everything.
Yeah.
Oh, and I know, you can't say that ahead of time, and I know you have to look at that, but
Yeah.
is it worth us pursuing? I mean, if the opinion is that you guys are like, that's way out of bounds, we're not gonna do something like that, then I don't wanna go through with that.
Let's look into it further.
Okay. That being made, I don't think we need an official motion, we'll start moving it toward and get a presentation prepared for that. Okay. Alright, that's what I had on that one. Second thing under new business was, I gave everybody Appendix B to the County Intermediate Punishment Program fiscal year 22-23. I think this is done every year, but I have a copy, I don't know if Rick got it out to everybody, of our intermediate punishment treatment plan and programs. I think this is already in place and adopted, but what Exhibit B needed to be was to be adopted and executed by the prison board. It's going to the commissioners for their next meeting, but this has to be part of the grant application that's being submitted by this coming Friday.
We saw it, it's on Thursday, I believe, because we saw it in our packet.
So I would entertain a motion at this time for approval of Appendix B to the County Intermediate Punishment Fiscal Year 22-23 Program Authorization Form.
Motion.
Motion made by Dan, is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Rocky, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And motion passes, and I would indicate in that motion that would authorize me to execute the document on behalf of the prison board. So let the minutes reflect that. And I will execute that and get it over to Rick. Here were the two things I had on there. Anything else under new business? Anybody have any old business? There being no new business or old business, is there any
Mike,
correspondence?
Mike, the only thing, I thought, and maybe I'm incorrect, that the board wanted to act on the work release rules today.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and
But I don't know if those changes were made that we discussed last meeting.
They were, Judge.
Okay. And, yeah, I'm just, I mean.
Oh, no, you're right, thank you, Judge, I forgot all about it and I didn't have it on here. Okay, so changes were made as suggested at the last meeting. With those changes being made and in place, then I'll entertain a motion to adopt the work release rules and procedures.
I'm uncomfortable, and Jim, I don't know if you saw my email this morning, the fact that that final copy, as far as I know, was not distributed to everyone, I don't think we should vote on it.
Okay,
Right, again, that should have been part of the read-ahead packet, for
understand.
today, just, because again, we did talk about, I think there might have been a miscommunication in my week after the meeting email to Jim, and I just followed up this morning, I know he's been busy.
Then put it on the agenda for next meeting, Mike.
we'll
Yeah.
put it on the agenda,
Yeah.
make sure it appears under the old business that,
And make sure we all get copies.
Right,
Right.
exactly, that's right, I mean, I'd be
I'm
uncomfortable.
fine with that.
Judge not having seen his things formally in there after
Okay.
we talked about them and put them in.
okay, so we'll take care of that at the next meeting. Is there anything else under old business? Or new business? Any correspondence? Solicitor's report.
Wouldn't you be surprised if I had?
No
Nothing
report.
for the record.
No report. Is there any further business? Okay, then with there being no further business, then I will adjourn this meeting of the Carbon County Prison Board at 2:15. Thank you all for coming.